This is the book of Psalms 10 and verse 8, and it says, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Kalal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you brothers out there that put on this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom. Now I just started out here with the book of Psalms 10 and 8, and this is talking about adversary Esau, okay, the so-called white man, this Edomite, that really basically has a watch on the prophets right now. And you see a lot of brothers are bringing out this with various lessons detailing Esau's sneaky ways of spying on the prophets. He's using wicked jakes, okay, to come up against the camps. He's using his minions who have this spirit of let's all hold hands and sing kumbaya to approach these camps and make threats, physically and verbally, okay? Because see, now when you look at the posters that we have out there, our posters would have pictures of the Bilderbergs, George Soros and these other wicked, elites out there, which, to the eyes of these low-level Edomites, they think, well, okay, at least these guys are speaking against these wicked people because they don't count themselves as part of that wickedness, okay? Now, when they get a little bit closer and they think that we're speaking against this, devil in the red spandex suit, okay, and they come a little closer and we show them and we spin, okay, our signs around and show them the posters with, all of the tribulation that we've gone through at the hands of the so-called white man, the hangings, the lynching, okay, the beatings, the current things that are happening to Jake right now with the cop shooting, okay, the unemployment, okay, the way we are treated, okay, by the Edomites here and also these other dog nations that are here too, who actually have the authority from Esau, okay, to treat us like crap, okay. They suddenly get very, very, very angry, and they're angry, okay, because we're bringing out this truth. Now, this is how Esau is watching this. Believe me, they've got our IP addresses. They know who we are. They know our history, and they're watching us because they really want to shut this down. And this is why you're seeing such a big campaign now is going on, okay, where they're trying to bring out these truth. Okay, you get the UN coming out and saying, hey, you know what? We want to stop all of these conspiracy theories from going. And really, that's code word for we need to shut these doggone Hebrew Israelites up, okay? Let's go into the book of Psalms 94 and verse 16. It says, Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers' iniquity? Well, that's the prophets right now, okay? Starting with the elders, teachers, and apostles, okay, and bishops from Great Millstone, and also the likewise brother who bring out this truth, okay? Now, what are we out here teaching, okay? We're not out here teaching about, Esau got to behave himself because if he doesn't, he's going to, be punished and then he can get to continue to rule if he changes his mind, and start to treat the Hebrew Israelites better. No. Okay, we're talking about war, famine, okay, seditions, okay, pestilence, okay. We're talking about incarceration, imprisonment, okay, beheadings, okay. We're talking about destruction, okay, mass death, and finally, what we're bringing out is what the slavery, okay, of Esau, the so-called white man who have ruled this earth, okay, with an iron fist in wickedness, okay. And this is what we bring out there. And this is the reason why they want us to be silenced, because they don't want us, okay, to talk about what is really going to their end road for Esau, the Edomite, and these other nations, okay, that have participated in the oppression and the execution and the unjust judgments, okay, against the tribe of Israel, us so-called Black, Native Americans, and Latinos, and likewise speckled bird across this earth, okay? Because on the other side of that, you have what is going to be the redemption of Yahshua, okay? The tribe of Israel, okay? We get to inherit the heavenly kingdom. We get to have everlasting life. We, okay, get to prosper forever and ever and ever. And they, in turns, will go into slavery. And these Edomites, okay, the so-called white man does not want to look bad in the front of his minions, the people, okay, that look up to them as gods on this earth. And how dare you low-level Negroes rise up and speak that way against us. And this is the reason why you see that anger that comes, okay, at the camp. Because these low level Negro, these low Salakia, these low level Edomites are so used to Jake bumping fists with them. Hey man, just, hook me up. Give me a little treat, throw me a little biscuit, throw me some crumbs, I hope we can get treated a little better. And they'll go, hey, bro, I know what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? And they'll try to imitate you, and insulting you. And they're used to that simplicity. But all of a sudden now, they're seeing more and more and more of us are out there standing up boldly against them. Okay, which is what we were commanded to do. Let's go into the book of Matthew, okay, 10 and 28. Because, see, there's some brothers that are hesitating to go out there on the highways and the byway. And then there are those of us, we look forward to go out there. Because we're looking forward to bring out the bad news to Esau, okay, and the rest of these other nations, okay, that have prospered and lived deliciously on this earth, while we have lived as lower level than dogs, okay? This is the book of Matthew 10, starting with verse 25, and it said, it is enough for the disciple that he be us his master, and the servant us his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. So, just like how Hamashiach was on earth, and the Pharisees and the Sadducees, them, they were trying to get at him. They were watching him. They were calling him a false, a false man, a false teacher. He was not the son of the Most High. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, and eventually they brought enough up against him. Okay, utilizing the people. Okay, who Yahushai came for. Okay, the tribe of Israel, the 2/3. Okay, rejected him, and they were able to coerce them. This is how you see, and this is going on today. This is the reason why you see Jakes them can't get it, nor do they care. Because they rather bump fists, okay, with a demon like Esau, okay, rather than come into this truth and understand that you, okay, are part of something special, that you are going to inherit the kingdom. But they don't want it. But they're going to get it, but they don't want it, okay? So they call them, so today what you're seeing right now is they're calling us false prophet, false teachers. You just hate us, you're racist, okay? As if we have the power to do anything to this man. No, we are simply just reading from the Bible and bringing out this truth as we were commanded by Yahshua Mashiach. And it says, what I tell you in darkness, that ye speak in light, and what ye hear in the air, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay, and if any indication of how we've been living, okay, through the many, life reincarnation and in this present one that we are aware of right now, is any indication of what hell is like, okay, then we should fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We should fear Yahushua Mashiach. And that's why we go, then we shout out on the top of our lungs, Esau, you're going into slavery. You other nations are going into slavery. But you, Esau, especially you're going to get it really, really, really hard and tough for that 1,000 years in slavery before we put you to death permanently. Let's go over with the book of Chronicles 16, starting verse 20. It says, this is 1 Chronicles 16, starting verse 20. It says, and when they went from nation to nation and from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sake. Whose sake? Our sake. Okay, us so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, whether we remember it or not. Okay, Yahushua Mashiach has approved kingdoms, okay, and kings for our sake. He's destroyed historically, okay, for our sake. And he's going to come back and do it again. That is the future, okay, of Great Babylon, America, and all these other nations that are going to be trodden, okay? And it says, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Sing unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all the earth, show forth from day to day his salvation. Declare his glory among the heathens, his marvelous work amongst the nations, which is what we go, then we do. That's the reason why we go from the Old Testament to the New Testament, go back and forward, okay? Precept upon precept, okay? Forward, backward, okay? Because we show, okay, the marvelous work of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, okay? We show the work of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Almighty, okay? And it says, for great is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods. So that's the reason why we don't go out there stressed out or worried about what they're gonna say or the horns bonking at you. You get individuals that are going out there, and I've mentioned these brave warriors, okay, these brave prophets, You got Magan out there in Saginaw, Michigan. You've got, Azan Ahmad out there in Sacramento. Okay, you've got Fisher turned Hunter. He used to go there by himself a lot down out there in San Diego. Okay, myself, I go out there. You got Amon Abad was going out there by himself. Now he's got a reader. You have Shapop the 12, Judah 12, 144, Pillars of Benjamin. Okay, and you had Yahweh the Maccabees who goes out there, and he brings it out. He brings it a hardcore, really, But that shows right there. That's the strength that we have inside of us, the belief, okay, the faith that we have to serve our King. Because we want better than this nonsense that we live in right now. We don't fear no damn weak, doggone Edomite out there blowing your horns. You don't have the guts. They don't even have the guts to even stand up against their own king right now. They waiting for Black Lives Matter or somebody else, some group to stand up and say, hey, lower the price of the gas. Let's stop the oppression of the food, okay? And do all these things. Why? Because they've never had to stand up for themselves for anything. These people are weak. And their wicked king has proven that they are weak, and they're going to continue to be weak until it's too late, and then that's when they're going to turn on each other. But that's all part of prophecy. Egyptians against Egyptians, and that's seditions among men that's going to take place. And these nations that are in uproar right now, we're seeing that right now. Why? Because every single one of these doggone people, every single one of these nations have had their hands in the pot, okay, that stirred, okay, all that tribulation upon the tribe of Israel. So I don't feel pity for none of them. Sri Lanka, any of the countries in the Middle East, in Asia, screw all of them. They get exactly what they deserve, and they need to get worse. And that's what I'm looking for in headlines each day. So Lord willing, you are edified with this lesson here. I'd like to close it by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Rakakadash. Double honor said, teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you brothers that are putting in this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep. And you brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom.